I mean, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, and that's what the training's here for. Obviously, is so people can learn. Probably we'll have a couple more people jump on the training in a second, especially because I'm about to do a broadcast about it.
Okay.
So um, you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen. Can you see my can you see me?
No, no, no. You gotta turn your video on.
Oh, hang. Oh yeah, now. Here it is.
Yeah, now I can see fine, man.
Awesome. You want me to turn off the video? Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
Or
you.
it's up to you.
Yeah, you can have it on. It's fine. I actually prefer people to turn them on because it makes it makes
Sure, that's
the videos better.
right. That's the whole purpose of it, to be interactive. But I can see it's really great. Been learning on pre-training. It's amazing things, is coming up. Learning a lot. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. So I was about to actually do something on my own. I was I was about to actually do something on my own before I got like 3 or 4 messages of people asking for the actual link to the training that I did earlier. So if you want, I can teach you something specific if you want to ask me a question, or if you want, I can first just go in and do what I was about to do anyways.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, those couple of bots, actually, I'm working with my clients. So what's the scenario? Let me give you the scenario. So these are the grocery stores, restaurants, local businesses. Now, the problem they are having is inventory control. It's a huge problem for them because it takes a lot of time. So they have like 7, 8 different type of vendors. So what happens, each vendors, they have like so many items. Like from one vendor they order 20 some items, from other vendors they order 30 some items. So what happens, every week they have to make a list, and they have to do, like they have to send all the items which are sold out, which takes a lot of time from them. So for me, I think there is an opportunity for me to build a bot for them where, it can manage their inventory. So for example, whenever they are selling this stuff, it automatically deduct from their inventory, and it create the list of specific vendors, that this is the vendor A, and this is the item, it belongs to that vendor. So end of the week, once that list is going to be ready, it will be automatically sent to that vendor, that we are out of this item, so you can send it to us, those items. You getting where I'm going? You getting
Yeah, but
those?
but but where is their? I mean, where are they updating all this information? Where's all their inventory information updated at?
Actually, they are updating on their systems, but what I'm now doing, I'm creating a bot for them. So, that bot is going to be updating that system automatically, instead of they are doing into their systems. So they are using couple of merchant systems also. Couple of companies they have integrated with. But um, I said, if we can just make you a bot for each vendor, and once you are, once the item sold out, it automatically, get connect with the Facebook bot, and it says that item is short now, and then after that I create the list of specific vendors. Those type of that type of thing I'm trying to do. And they are using Clover. I don't know if you know the Clover merchant system. It's a POS system. Clover, Clover.
Okay,
We
never
can,
heard of
I
that
think,
before.
yeah, we can integrate that Clover also, with, I think, with Facebook or not, but I was going through their website. It's kind of pretty big, those Clover system as well. So I don't know if we are able to do that with them.
What is the name of their software?
CLOV, Clover, Clover, Clover,
Clover?
Clover, yeah. It's not in the Zapier, right?
No.
Let me,
Hi,
let me
Missy.
see.
How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Great. So,
Oh,
so I mean, we'd have to in Clover, actually have to look to see if they actually have some API. But it looks like Clover, and it does look like they have an actual API. But it looks like Clover is just a payment processor. So you're saying that that Clover as well is doing their inventory control, because I see it's a POS software. So I would say
right,
probably
right.
most POS
Yeah,
softwares have most POS softwares do have some inventory control inside them, but
right.
also uh, at the same time, most of them have real crappy API. So let's see
Oh,
if
yes, it's right there. It's
see
right
their
there.
see if they're we can see their API docs. I want to build a web app for them. Let's see how they're actually going to what their actual endpoints are going to look like. Okay, so they have an inventory. So the only issue that we're going to have here is just the actual integration with them, because right now there's not two-way API integration with MiniChat. Now they're working on that, and they're going to build out that thing. So right now there's no integration. There's no API integration with MiniChat. Meaning MiniChat doesn't have their own API, which they are working on. They don't have their own API, which they are working on, and also they don't let us push data to any API that exists yet. So I've asked them for that functionality, and I'm pretty confident that they're actually going to build out that functionality.
Okay.
But so in order for there to be two-way communication, they would have to have a public API that we could access, and then they would have to have a way for us to inside their flow builder, a way for us to actually make API calls. And I've asked for that as an action. I've asked for them to give us HTTP post as an action. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to do that. But even if they made a public API, it would make it available, because then we would have to, it would be, I mean, this would be an expensive bot to build them, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build our own middleman API. We're going to have to build our own web app, our own middleman API, and basically post things from these guys from Clover. Whenever inventory is changing, we're going to have to post that to our web app, to our API, because it looks like they're going to cause us to actually go in and white label not white label, but basically whitelist an application URL so that they'll post data to us. So we got to be a middleman that basically gets the data from Clover, and then pushes that out to the MiniChat public API, and then gets, whenever we want to do something in MiniChat, push it out to our web API, and then forward that into Clover.
I got that part. Okay, let me ask you this, John. What would you recommend to simplify that inventory process for them? Like, for example, if you can just build from bottom down a new bot, which is connected with their Facebook, and that's how they can connect with their different 20 or 30 vendors, whoever they are dealing with, and it just automatically send them a notification that, hey, this is the item we needed. Every week, actually, they have an inventory day every week.
One second. Huh? Just book one from my phone, buddy, and then I'll give you some cash. Sorry about that. Continue.
No problem. So, like, what would you recommend to simplify that inventory process? Like, what do you think? What could be the best possible way to do that?
Well, I mean, we'd really need some more information about their entire business and their flow and where all these inventory sources are. So, need to know, like, where are they doing the transactions at? At which point is inventory being deducted? Is it at a physical brick and mortar? Is this something that's being done over the internet? So if
it's a physical brick and mortar, most of them. What they do usually, every Thursday, they write it down, all the items what they are out, and then they go to the wholesaler. They are located here in Houston, Texas, and they go there and provide them a list, and then they make an inventory ready for them, and then next day they pick them up, which takes a lot of time, hassle. Obviously, you need a manpower for this. You have to hire a couple of people who can manage all the inventory and all this stuff. So what I'm trying to do is automate all the process where a wholesaler will get the notification, hey, this is the item it needs from this specific store, and it will be ready by tomorrow, so they can send the notification to them that you can pick it up by that time. Or I would say live notification whenever it's ready to pick up. Like for example, the delivery options, whenever it's ready, it gets a set it sends the text messages that your item is ready to pick up, something like that. If we can do that, something similar like this.
Well, we can obviously, we could integrate a lot of that. I mean, obviously we can go in and actually, we could integrate some type of messenger. We could integrate some type of messenger push notification, like through the bot whenever there's a new sale or whenever something's ready to pick up. But it seems like to do all that, we're going to have to integrate with their merchant account, because it seems like, everything's done in their merchant account. Where are they updating orders at in the first place? Is that something that they're doing in the back end in their POS? If that's something that they're doing in the back end of their POS, that means we have to have an integration with their POS. And that means we have to. So at that point now, actually, we're dependent on a couple things. I mean, we got to build our own web app to go in and actually talk to their APIs. And then we're really dependent on ManyChat now to go in and actually build their public API and allow us so that we can sit as a middleman and a bridge to make the two applications talk to each other.
Okay, now let's do this. I think that one is going to be a little bit complicated. Let me come up with that one more bot. I'm building for a dry cleaner. So the dry cleaner is the same bot. Like for the dry cleaner, we need a marketing bot where they can do marketing, which is easy. I think you've been already explained us so many times already in the video. But on this dry cleaning bot, I want something very unique, the same way that whenever the clothes are ready to pick up.
Jody.
Whenever the bots is ready to the clothes are ready to pick up, they get the same push notification, messenger notification to the client, hey, your clothes are ready to pick up, so you can welcome you welcome to pick up anytime you want, something like that. Or they can take a payment. I think you have already done with your invoicing services. I believe that service we can use to make a payment in the bot. They can accept a payment and all that kind of stuff. We can do that in that, right?
Yeah, and I really like this. I really like this ideal of a dry cleaning bot. I don't think I really honestly don't think anybody's targeted those guys at all. So
right.
I like that. I definitely like that. I like that ideal. So that's a good ideal. So because I like the ideal so much, I'm actually going to go ahead and
don't tell anybody else. We will dominate that niche.
Well, when you say don't tell anybody else, just realize that David's in here. David's in here on the meeting with us, so David knows all about it, man. He might just go. He might do it while once we get off. He might just go build the best bot. So,
okay. No, I was just messing with that. So it's all good.
Yeah. So I really like the whole dry cleaning ideal.
So the thing is that there's going to be, I'm serving dry cleaner, small businesses, small mom and pop shops. Basically, I'm trying to help these people out because they cannot afford, to pay a lot of money. And, my goal is to give them a best bot services and with the website so they can automate their process and be more efficient and be more productive so they can make more sales. That's the goal behind that.
Yeah, well, we could totally do we can totally do the dry cleaning bot, but what we have to do with that, so we can create we can create a full demo generic dry cleaning bot that solves all the issues of a dry cleaner. Does marketing right, as far as marketing, create some marketing content just for helpful tips on how to keep your clothes clean, or how to clean your shoes, or how to remove this stain, how to remove that stain. So we can come up with all that promotional material. That's no problem. And then good night. See you tomorrow. So then now we can come in
Hey,
through.
I'm in the meeting. I'll call you back in 1 hour. Bye. Sorry about that, man.
So,
Go ahead.
so then we can go in and actually do. So by the way, just so you know, if you're seeing my screen, this right here, if you look at this, we built this. So this is something that was built by my company. We built their web app. We built the website, their web app, and their Android and iOS application. And it is for a dry cleaning service, where literally it's like the Uber for dry cleaning, where you just actually log into the app and you say, hey, I need to make a new request, either all right, David. David said, "Fuck you guys. My family's been in the dry cleaning business since World War One. I'm taking over the dry cleaning niche." So this lets you can go in and actually just place an order. And I think I'm not sure if I actually have the login here or not. I can't remember what the actual login is. So I have no idea what this login is. Should be, maybe actually it's John at Urang. Hopefully it's that one. Nope. I have no idea what the login is to that. But this actually lets you go in and place orders to the Android app, pay for everything, do orders really quickly, or do orders for like complete detailed orders. So you can either just say, hey, I got a bunch of shit, come pick it up. So these guys are NYC based. So they're a New York company. So they just assume that everybody that's going to make an order lives in some building, because they work in downtown Manhattan, that lives in some building that has some doormen. So you can just say, hey, I got a whole bag of shit here with my doorman. You just come pick it up. They'll go out, they'll send their person, they'll pick it up. And then they'll itemize everything and then make out an invoice. Or the user could go in and do that itemization himself, and you can say, hey, I got a prom dress, a tuxedo, 3 pounds of wash and fold, etc. So and David, we've got no problem building your bots at all. Have no problem whatsoever with that. No problem building your bots. We have no problem if you're out getting clients who want bots, to get on a conference call with them and help you do the final sales, so that you can actually get the client and then have us build the bot. We have no problem with that at all, man. So the dry cleaning bot we could totally do. Like I said, we could totally do it where we're sending out the promotional content. We can do it where you can do the order right inside the bot. You could even pay for everything right inside the bot. You can get notifications from the bot that your order is ready for pickup. Check on the status of the order. So we could do everything through a demo bot that I've actually just started creating just now, since we were on this guy.
Right.
But to be able to deploy that bot and actually launch it and have it work practically for any actual dry cleaner, we need to sit down with that company. We need to sit down with that dry cleaner, find out what their current process is, what their current flow is, because we obviously don't want to build some bot that uses one process and then just expect that they're going to abandon the process that they've been using for the last 20 years and adapt to our new process. So we need to go in and actually look at their process, see their process, how they're intaking orders right now. How are they managing those orders? How are they managing the updates? How are they collecting payments, managing payments, and then go in and build our bot on top of their current process to work with their current process as close as possible. Because if we go in and tell these guys, hey, you got to adapt this completely new process, it's most likely going to turn them off. So we can build a demo bot, no problem. We can build the demo bot to show them and actually get the sale, get them interested in everything, and get them to actually make the sale. But to actually do their particular bot, we need to first talk to them about their business, their company, get an idea of their brand, right? So that even the content inside our bot is worded correctly to meet their brand and to meet the image of their company. And then we need to, like I said, find out their current process so that we can build something. When we build the actual bot for them, it's a bot that coincides with the process that they've already been using, so they don't have to retrain anybody. And it doesn't affect any of that.
Okay, I'll provide you all the intricate details. Actually, I'm going to be talking to them tonight. So, I will get all the process, the flows. Let me ask you this one more thing. Yesterday my client, actually, he was asking, he has already a website, or I'm asking so many questions. David, if you want to hop in, you can do that. But, if I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
You're doing good, bro. You're doing good.
I do talk too much, actually.
Yeah, I mean, John, really my question is, I kind of built a lightweight bot through ManyChat. First, thanks for hosting this. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I know you don't have to share the info. And no shit, if one of you guys really does want to build a bot for my family, I'd love that because I can't deal with them anyways. So if you want, you can check out my Facebook page. It's Kuros Life, Curos.
Just drop the link in the Zoom chat, man.
Yeah, in the Zoom chat.
And here's kind of the thing, right? Is like I'm in the healthcare space, the supplement space, which, John, the first thing we got to do is get you to stop smoking, homie. But if you check this out,
possible.
The first bot that I built, like, it's pretty cool, right? And the biggest issue that I'm having that I want to kind of figure out how to do a better job of is how to really drive people to engage with it, right? Like, and I think that that's mostly on the acquisition side, on, buying ads correctly and doing all that stuff right. And I just love any feedback you might have on that, because it just doesn't seem like it's cost effective, or at least I haven't done it in a way in which is.
Well, I keep in mind I'm an engineer. I have a degree in computer engineering and a degree in mathematics, and not in marketing at all.
Yeah.
So Hassan is going to be better to tell you about marketing than me. But to get somebody to engage with your bot, first, number one, they need to know that it actually exists, and they need to have some type of access to it. So you need to be promoting access to it. All right. Number two, it all boils down to your content, whether you have engaging content or not. So what, you got a bot and it can do all this shit, but if you don't have engaging content in there, or if you don't have a reason for a user to actually go in and engage with the bot, well, they're just not going to engage with it. So in your messages, you need to have good content in your messages. You need to have you need to have messages, images that are going to relate to the demographics that you're actually contacting. You need to make sure that you have clear call to action. I see a lot of people, and they build bots, and they literally just deliver content, and that's all they do. All right. And that type of bot is not going to work very well. Like, so for example, if you take this bot right here, this is a demo bot that I have for an actual restaurant. So if you take this bot right here, and let's say you want to go look at these guys' menu. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got clear call to actions here that you can see that they know, hey, I should click this button. I need to do something. I need to interact. So now you click that, you're going to be presented with an actual menu. Yeah. On these menu items, you have clear call to actions as well that go in and tell you, hey, you need to actually interact. You need to interact with this bot. You need to do this. So now a user has that call to action. Here they got another call to action. Click some button, right? So now this actual item has been added to their order. So now you can see that spaghetti and meatballs was just actually added to their order. So, and now here they get another call to action. What do you want to do? Do you want to check out? Do you want to add more menu items? So here you can see the bot is continuously driving them over and over and over with a call to action to actually do something. And I see a lot of people, what they actually do is they just deliver static content.
Right.
They just deliver static content, and there's no call to action to get the users to actually interact with the bot. So you need good content. You need awareness. You need people to actually be aware of what's actually going on. So
you're a big advocate for obviously creating as many engaging elements to this, like you're showing with this example here, that have depth to it. In what context do you believe in using the broadcast function?
So I use the broadcast function all the time. I mean, I use
You do?
broadcast. Yeah, I use the broadcast every day.
Just to push whatever it is that you're pushing. Super interesting. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I go in like, for example, whenever I go in, look, here's some broadcasts from today, just in this bot. Here's broadcasts that I sent out today. And I just send these out. Like this one, I just send out, hey, I'm doing a live training. You want to join now? And here's a call to action that actually links them with the Zoom meeting, where they can just click it and then be on the Zoom meeting. So broadcasts are really great for depending on what you're actually wanting to do. I mean, you got some promotion that you want to do. Let's say for example, you're I don't know if it's your mom and dad or if it's your aunts and uncles, but they run some dry cleaning business, right? They must have realized that there's certain days and there's certain time frames in which they really have jack shit to do, and there's other certain time frames in which they have so much shit that they need to do that they can't physically actually do it all, and they don't have this nice equilibrium of traffic. They've got these highs and they've got these lows. So now you just go in and actually look at that, or you talk to them and find out that information, which they should be knowing because they've been in this business their whole life. So now you look at that and you schedule those low days. Let's say the day before, you schedule some broadcast, or on that high day, schedule some broadcast and let a user know, you know what, Wednesdays, I'm giving you 10% off on Wednesdays because I see historically I never have anything to do.
Yeah, smart.
So on Wednesdays, I'm going to give you 10% off. And because that 10% off is, I can manage that. And I'm losing clients anyways, because on Mondays, I've got all these orders and I can't actually fulfill them. And I got to pay overtime to my guys. So let's do a broadcast and let's make people aware that, hey, just shift from Mondays to Wednesdays and you'll save a little bit of money. And then ultimately everything will reach a good equilibrium.
Smart. I like that.
So the broadcaster are really great whenever you want to push content out. I mean, they're really engaging. People engage with them very well. So I personally love the broadcast. Like I said, I do them pretty much every day. Sometimes I do like 5 or 6 broadcasts a day. And in my opinion, if somebody doesn't, now whenever I do a broadcast, most of the time in my broadcast, I'll give a call to action if they think it's annoying. I'll let them know, hey, did this annoy you? Were you annoyed by this? And then if they say yes, I was annoyed about that. Then like usually I don't say annoyed. I say like something like, am I bothering you? Yes or no? And then they're like, yes. And I'm like, okay, did you find this annoying? And they're like, yes. And then I'm just like, unsubscribe you from my bot. You've been unsubscribed. You won't get any more content from me. So obviously my bot, what it's aimed for is to deliver content. And if delivering content is going to annoy you and you don't want that content, well, guess what? I'm going to keep creating the shit every single day. And it's going to be the same type of content every single day. And if you don't like this content that you've already received, I'm going to send it to you again tomorrow, a different version of the content. So if you're not liking it, just unsubscribe from my bot. If you're not willing to unsubscribe yourself, I'll unsubscribe you, buddy. No big deal, because I'm not tied to that number. If I lose 20 subscribers, lose 20 subscribers that don't want my service and don't want my content and they don't like it, what does that mean to me? Absolutely nothing. I mean, they already don't want my shit, so why do I want them as a subscriber in the first place?
So, like for example, regarding about the restaurant, John, if we can, if a client who wants to do a couple of item orders together, like for example, Zinger Burger, French fries, Coke, and then separate meals, how we can put in one order so he can pay for the one slip and he check out easily. Like, what will be the process to, simplify for that person who is ordering? Because for example, in restaurants, the menus are bigger. Like I'm dealing with restaurants, they have like around, 30 items in their menus. So for example, what would you recommend to simplify the process to, whatever the client wants, he can add it to the cart and then he can order and check out from the Facebook bot. what would be the process for that?
Well, I would say, you know, most menus already have these combos, right?
Right.
They already have these combo meals predefined. So I mean, from my perspective, it would be like probably, let's say, in this food menu. So in this food menu, let's say we could break this down. We could break this food menu down into two different call to actions, just like this first call to action. So you would click on food, and then once you clicked on food, you would have two different options, like items and combos. And then you click on combos, and I'm going to present you only with the combos, and then you can just add one of those combos to your order.
Okay. Perfect. So, like, have you already, start gathering the, what you call them, the agenda for the training, how it's going to be working out, or?
Yeah. So I have a pseudo agenda, but for the most part, since it's live group training, there's not going to be a real agenda. There's going to be, I mean, if I look, we can go in and look real quick and see if I can find this ClickFunnels page. I think there's like almost 300 people already that have. I think there's almost 300 people already that have actually subscribed to the training.
In paid training? Paid
Yeah.
training?
No, not.
Wow.
I mean, the training's not paid. The training's completely free. But
Right.
there are things that you can actually pay for.
Right.
There are obviously in the funnel. There's things that you can actually pay for, but the training itself is completely free. Now,
Free. Yeah.
so you can see that there's already 296 people that have subscribed to this actual training, and then you can also see. You can also see, if you look, I have to go find it real quick, but it's right here. If you look, these are the actual guys from ManyChat. So this is the CEO of ManyChat, and it's their product manager. I think it's the guy who's actually in charge of all their promotions, doing all their promotional material and their promotional
Danny?
content.
Talking about Danny?
No, Audrey.
Audrey. Okay.
So, and these guys they asked me for all this content, which I gave it to them earlier because they're actually going to make an announcement and a promotion inside their group about the actual training. So I would say, I mean, these guys now have some 16,000, almost 17,000. I would say by the time we actually start the training, they'll have over 20,000 people in that group because they're adding like 400, 500 users a day. So by the time they actually start the training, I'd say they'll have some 20,000 users probably in their group, and they'll actually go in. And promote the actual training and drive users into the training. So I would say by the time the training starts, I'll probably have like 1,000, 1,500 users that have actually signed up for the training. So since it's going to be live like this, there's no real agenda for the most part. I mean, I'm just going to open up the floor, and whoever wants to talk, I'm gonna go in and find out, hey, what do you want to see? What do you want to build? And then we're just gonna do that. We're gonna do that live. That's how I've been doing all the other training. People have just said, okay, well, I want to know this. I want to see how to do this. Can you show me how to do this? And I've just built out their flows for them, built out their integrations, and showed them exactly step by step how they would reproduce the same thing in their own bot.
Okay, is there any, I saw that it's called Hunter on Zapier to qualify the leads. Is that possible? We can qualify the leads through, providing a lead magnet on the website in front of the, just like, what you are providing, on your website that, enter the phone number. So can we qualify that lead, like find out who exactly that person is, and if that phone number is we can verify that phone number or email address or that person through Hunter, or is there any other thing you would recommend?
Yeah, we can use Hunter. So Hunter, let's see what Hunter lets us do. Hunter triggers on a new lead action. They create a lead and they do a search, count email, find email, verify email. So it doesn't look like they let us qualify a lead or anything here. But I mean, what is it that we're qualifying? I mean, are you wanting to get back the details of if that information is correct or not?
Right. For example, like, look, I'm Sunny, and I'm looking to create a chatbot for a restaurant, and I don't even have a restaurant. How could I find out that that person is legit and he has a restaurant business and he's willing to work with me instead of wasting time with everyone? I just want to work with the specific people who are really willing to do business with me. You just saying that for example, you are broadcasting 20 times a day, and I do broadcast, and then I can find out the person, if okay, this person who is Sunny and who has a restaurant, and he's very interested to build that bot. So I can just put whatever the information I'm getting through ManyChat. It goes to the hunter, and then the hunter qualifies that lead. Yeah, this person has this company name, that's his address, the location of the business, and all that kind of intricate data. So I can get that data and I can utilize to qualify more those leads. Is that possible?
Well, it doesn't, from what I can tell in Hunter.
Uh-huh. Or is there any other tool you would recommend?
Well, I don't really know much about lead qualification. But what I can tell about Hunter is they only have an action that they only trigger data whenever a new lead is actually created. They have an action to create a new lead, and they have a trigger that will fire off a zap whenever a new lead's created, but it doesn't look like they're passing back any data of the qualification of the lead or the details of the actual lead.
Okay. So qualifying email address is going to be the other way, I believe.
Well, it does look like they allow us to search and verify an email address to see if an email address is actually is actually deliverable.
Okay. And can we integrate Alexa with that ManyChat?
Probably not. No.
No. I think we can integrate Lex though, if I'm not mistaken.
Also can't do that. I mean, we could, but like I said, it's going to be really hard. We could, but for that, we have to go through AWS Lambda. We've got to build a complete application on AWS Lambda. And then even then, see, AWS doesn't give us a whole lot of things. AWS only gives us Lambda. So
right.
we can use Lambda, and on Lambda, all we actually have is we have a trigger whenever a new function is actually added, and a trigger to actually invoke a function. So, but on this function invocation, that function invocation would actually, I'd assume that they're gonna wait for the function to execute and give back the actual data, give back the response data of the function.
Don't you think if you're going to be having 2,000 subscription and people are going to be asking so many things, it will be difficult for you to answer everyone?
To answer everyone, yes. To answer everyone, yes. But how I envision a lot of the training going, like let's say the first class, I got some 300 users. I'm gonna mute everybody, not allow them to unmute themselves. What's up? Ankita, you got your phone? Ankita, phone? Can I see it? Where is it? So the way I see it going is, let's say there's some 500 people there in the training. I'm going to mute everybody. I'm going to ask people to raise their hands if they have questions, and then I'll just deal with the questions one by one. And if it gets overwhelming, then I'm only going to allow people to raise their hand if they're an action taker. So if they've taken action and paid for the training, then I'll let them raise their hands and I'll deal with their questions. If not, they can just sit there and listen to shit. And if they don't want to sit there and listen to shit, if they want to raise their hands and have me actually go in and verbally speak with them and have a two-way dialogue and then show them and let them ask me what to do and then go in and show them, well, then they need to actually pay for that. If not, then they can just sit there and they can watch they can watch the training sessions.
Perfect.
But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've done I think the biggest one had like 17 people on the pre-trainings, but the pre-trainings I don't plan at all. I just said a spur of the moment. I decide, hey, I got some time right now. I'll do a training session. So I just broadcast out in mini chat and let people know how I'm about to start a training session. So
you're talking about the people who like the one I did, the $47 one?
Correct.
The $47, right? Those are people 300 some already. They have paid $47. Is that correct?
No. Those are there's like been 15, 20 people who paid, but it's for the same training session. I mean, it's for that same training session, but whenever you pay, you get access to the replays. You get one time with me. You get an ebook, and then you get a guaranteed seat with a mic. Like I said, the mics are actually going to be limited as far as how many people can actually have a microphone and will be able to actually talk.
Right. So I think I'm the first one who enrolled in $47 one.
Yeah, very possible.
Alex. I enrolled with Alex, success@leadsexperts.com. You will see that. Perfect, man. I think, no doubt you providing one of the best time in the industry right now, and you killing it, and you deserve to be killing it. And, I'm looking forward to do good together.
Yeah, it looks like you were the third one to go.
I'm the third one?
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to be first. Dang, but it's all good. At least the way that the time I found out, I did it. But thanks, man. Really do appreciate it. I'm, sorry to bother you. I know you have so many things in your plate right now. So I didn't want to bother a lot. It's just, those are the questions is going to be coming up. Like, for example, dry cleaning one. I'm working with, a couple of clients who have the restaurants. So those are the things, in the plate going on. But I've been watching your live training on YouTube. So, I'm learning from that too. And if there's going to be more ideas, we'll collaborate together. And, let me know if there's, if you need any help from me. So, I'll be down for that.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'll send you the CSR so you can do get your SSL certificate for your domain, so we can get the app and everything set up for you. I
did that already. I sent it to you already. I emailed it to you.
You emailed me what? Did you get Did you get a CSR from me?
No. I didn't get the CSR. I got the, what you call them, I sent you the certificate of, wildcard SSL.
Yeah, you can't get the certificate without the CSR. So I don't know how you generated a certificate, because to get a certificate, you have to provide a CSR. You got to go to a server, you got to generate a key, and then use that key to generate a certificate signing request, because that's the actual process that's used. Good night. That's the actual process that's used to actually do the verification, is your certificate and signing.
I made a mistake. I put that on my domain, that, I generated CSR through my domain, and then I, created that wildcard SSL on that domain, and I sent it to you, that certificate. So I think, I did it wrong.
Well, I mean, the CSR comes from, you can't generate a CSR from a domain. You have to generate a CSR on a server. You have to get on a server and generate a CSR on a server. But you can always rekey them. You can always rekey a certificate and basically give it a new CSR. And I'll give you the CSR tomorrow so that you can go in and rekey it.
The main thing was not that. The main thing is that, I wanted to provide them enough value. Obviously, you are giving your time and this software. So I'm looking forward. So don't think that is going to be free. It's just going to be a couple of months, as I said, once it's going to be launched. And then, I'll pay you the monthly, whatever it will be. So I think this invoice you send me, it didn't work out. So you can send me that invoice, so I can send you a payment, and we can go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one here in a second. And probably what I'll do is I'll send it to you through Messenger, so that I
Okay.
can actually make a video of what I was about to make a video before I started this training, because we just actually updated our invoicing platform to have a couple more functions in Zapier. So I was going to actually make a video to show people how you can actually deliver paid content right through the bot.
Right, right. Perfect, man. Thank you so much and have a good day. And
Yeah,
man, what do you eat? Let me ask you, you don't sleep or what?
I don't sleep, but I eat, beef, chicken, apples, oranges, potatoes, rice, all that good stuff.
But man, your energy is outstanding though. Hands down, man. Seriously, you've been working for literally continuously for 4 days. I've been watching you and that's crazy. That's crazy.
I've been working continuously for 2.5 years, man, nonstop.
Man,
We just finalized on a new office today. So we just are pretty much going from, we got like 1,250 square feet. We're moving to a new
wow.
office that's like 3,200 square feet, so that I can go in and bring in another 20 developers and hire like another 20 developers and do a good round of expansion come next year. So um, it's a busy time, man, but it always is for a business owner. If you want your business to grow, then somebody's got to do the work.
That's
It's not going to be
work,
anybody else,
right.
but the owner, really.
Wish you the best, man. Wish you the best. And I know you'll do really, really good. You're working hard. You have a good day. I'll talk to you later then.
Yeah, you have a good one too. I'll see you soon, man.
All right, bye.